I was definitely comfortable from mile 24, so I knew from that point, I was just kind of pushing a bit, testing the guys out, and figuring out who go was. And there was only that guy who went with me, and I wasn't sure who he was. So at the time, I was just like, just make sure I have enough left at the finish line, and then I just got away towards the end easily. Definitely had another couple of gears.
Could you talk a little bit about the expectation and the pressure that was on you coming into this race? I mean, you certainly, you were in the spotlight. Can you just talk a little bit how you felt about that, how it may have impacted your race positively or negatively?
No, definitely. It was a good build-up, to be honest with you. Kerry, Chicago organizer Kerry, and the team has put in a great field. And even though I was ranked number 8 on paper, I think it's still there. I was expected definitely finishing the top 3. That was the aim. But the field was definitely strong. You had guys who run 204, 205. You had Daniel Rock, defending champion from last year. You had myself, Abu Kurui, Jeffrey Kurui. So in terms of the field was strong, but I knew from myself and the training we did and my coach, and we were confident enough to know, I should be able to, mix in with these guys, and depends on what happens in the race. Definitely do finish in the top 3 with decent time. That was always my aim coming here. That was it.
Okay, questions for Mo Farah?
First marathon victory, what are your emotions right now?
Definitely measures are high. First victory in the marathon, is a great start. It's only my 3rd marathon overall. It's definitely a positive. And, it's not just a low-key marathon. It's a major marathon, and today, in terms of the field, to finish with a victory and a British record, European record, I'm definitely happy, more than happy. I'm just now excited to go back home and spend a bit of time with my kids and chill.
No.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
You went through in 1:03:03, and you seem very, very relaxed. Can you kind of tell us when you kind of you seem like to put your race pace on to about 20 miles, almost like how you race in the 10K. What's the difference between your mental attitude in a marathon and mental attitude in a 10K?
Yeah, the 10K is pretty easy enough. You can just switch off, and by the time you get to it, you only got 7 laps to go. In the marathon, it's a long way. It's 26.2. It's a very long way. So in my mind, I was thinking, I knew we weren't running that quick, so I'll just try and save as much energy as I can. Look around, see who's there, see who I can pick up from, who's tired, who's still looking good. That's what I was thinking in my mind. And then once I get through get over halfway, get up to 20 miles, between 19 and 20 miles. Once you're there, you're almost home, and if you can hang in there and pick up the drink station, don't miss out any drink station, that was always my key. But today I felt good towards the end of the race. And early on, I felt a bit sluggish, not tired, but just kind of couldn't quite get moving. And towards the end of the race, definitely felt a lot better. I didn't feel like I was, tired. In London Marathon, where we went through a ridiculously fast first half. After the first half, I was definitely tired, and each mile you're getting tired, slower. And today, I felt like I was getting faster towards the end.
Mo, this result, does it change how you think of yourself as a marathoner and what you can accomplish in this event?
Yeah, no, definitely. As now speaking of a marathon runner, I know I'm capable of mixing the guys and can run a decent time. Today, it just shows in terms of the depth and the guys who was in the race, and to come away with a win, British record, European record, it's definitely up there. So in terms of myself, I know as well, I could have gone a lot faster today for the times. I definitely think I can go a lot faster. So we'll see. And I just now take time off, spend a bit of time with the family, chill, and then come back and see what the next plan is.
Right. Clear up what happened around about mile 21. Did you nearly trip on water bottle?
So yeah, mile 21. I picked up my bottle, and I went to go across, and there was a ditch, and I just put my foot in it. So at that point, I was just it wasn't too bad, but it was quite painful. And then running about a mile or so, it started to feel better.
What do you, there was a period of about 18 miles where you seemed to let some of the guys go ahead like that. Was that planned or did you go through it along the day?
No, to be honest, it was like the pace was going up and down, and I knew from that point, unless someone's going to go hard, the guys are going to get enough gaps. So I was just trying to just run my own race at that point. But even though I was kind of running out, I was still kind of just not with it. And then towards the end, I just had to tell myself, come on, get with it, and then close the gap and get involved.
What was the decision to wear Sermo? Because Friday you had this.
Yeah, for sure. I had the option to wear Sermo or Farah, so I was like, oh, I'll wear Sermo, why not?
The end of the race, it sort of looked similar to some of your track races, and that you were the one controlling it at the front, and not letting anyone pass you. Did your experiences on the track, did that inform how you closed the end of this marathon?
Yeah, definitely, no, it does help having that confidence from the track and controlling the race. It helps it, and I think the same in the marathon. When you get comfortable at the marathon, work the guys out, race against them and know who's who, it becomes easier and you can control it. And I definitely felt comfortable today. I felt like, towards the last 3 miles, I was in control.
You spend a lot of time away from your family while you're training. Can you talk a little bit about how that influences on race day and sort of what makes successful in your role?
Yeah, no, definitely. I do miss my family. As I said, if you want to be the best at what you do, you have to put in the work. And there's no secret what I do. I've been doing it for the last 10 years and going away for training camp. And I've been for the last 2 months away from the kids and everyone. So that actually makes me even work harder. Like, I don't want to disappoint anyone. I don't want to go back and have a bad result and think, oh God, I've been away all that time. So in a way, it makes me even work harder, fight even more. And now I'm just kind of really excited to go back, see them. And my son's birthday is on the 12th of October. And spend a bit of time and chill.
Well, what did you learn from the London Marathon that you used in this race?
No, London Marathon, I learned a lot. I kind of know, in terms of obviously, just only having done one previously and done that. I learned a lot. It taught me a lot about myself. I'm capable of running decent time. I'm capable of mixing with the guys, and it taught me just to go out evenly and save as much energy as you can do that and see what happens. So having done London, it was a good thing for me to go earlier and learn the hard way and just kind of appreciate these races.
You were saying you can go quite a lot faster. I mean, what sort of time realistically is within your reach, would you say?
I think definitely low 204, high 203 is possible. I think if you have a decent race and it's smooth.
Well, you said before the race you're still sort of learning about what kind of race suits you in the marathon, and what are your strengths in the marathon. What did you learn from today about your strengths in the marathon and what kind of race suits you?
I think definitely what I've learned today is I'm definitely better off going slower and finishing fast towards the end of the race. That definitely suits me a little better. But it just depends how much slower I need to go at the first half. Obviously, 63 was a lot slower than what I expected. I was hoping we'd go through 62 a minute slower, and then towards the end I was like in the car I was thinking the clock said 2:06:45. That's all we were on for the first half, and then the second half obviously it picked it up.
Can you describe this kind of the on-again and off-again rain, what that was like, and how it affects you out there?
It wasn't too bad, to be honest with you. You're used to it in the UK and having lived in Portland, Oregon for 6 years, you get used to the rain. But it was more of the wind, and I think you can tell we were running with a crowd and the guys. Everybody was kind of just thinking about, they weren't thinking about times of going hard and pushing. They were kind of pushing a little bit, slowing down, pushing. And at that point, I think most of the guys, in my opinion, were thinking more of let's finish in the position rather than the time.